So this morning our scripture reading comes from the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 15 through 21. These are the Word of God. Let those of us who are mature think this way, and if anything you think otherwise, God will reveal that also to you. Only let us hold true to what we have attained. Brothers, join in intimidating me and keep your eyes on those who walk according to the example you have in us. For many of whom I have often told you, and now tell you, even with tears, walk as enemies of the cross of Christ. Their end is destruction, and their God is their belly, and their glory is their shame, with minds set on earthly things. But our citizenship is in heaven, and from it we await a Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ, who will transform our lowly body to be like his glorious body, and by the power that enables him to even subject all things to himself. Thus ends the reading for this morning. So I've been on this kick with the words of right? And so today is on Refocus. Now a lot of you have been to the eye doctor at some point, right? I mean, I can honestly say Glenn's been to this eye doctor within the last, just recently, but it was 16 years prior to that, okay? So, I want you all to focus on the screen for me. Okay. All right, so everybody, I want you to, here, I know you can't see it. So, go ahead and somebody read me the line 11. Go ahead. What's line 11?
It's blurry.
I can't even read it on this screen.
It's what? It's blurry? Really? All right, here, I'll give it a test. Line 1. Everybody tell me what it is?
E.
Oh, wow. And let's see. Everybody has glasses. Yeah, we can still read out when it says E, right? Absolutely. Take them off. But the difference between line 1 and line 11 is a big difference, isn't it? A big difference. If Miss Shell was here, she goes, and come see me. Everybody that can't see me, you know, line 1, right? But there's a big difference. Some of us can read, like from here, line 9, right? 10 kind of gets a little, but 11 is like, forget it, right? Sometimes in our lives, we are so focused like line 1, right? Where we can see it perfectly. We can see it without our glasses. We can see it with one eye shut, right? We can see it, and we're that focused. And other times we're like line 11, where you're like, I have no clue, right? I can't get focused on this. I can't get focused on that, right? I don't even know where to begin. Well, sometimes it's okay that we're this way or we're this way. Really focused or non-focused. But as long as you're on the chart, that's important. Now, TR, I know that you can't see, but line 1 says E, really big, bold letters. And line 11 says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blurs, okay? All right? You can't physically read what it says, all right? But as long as we're on that chart, we're doing okay. But if you're not on that chart, are you doing not so great either, right? I mean, if you're not on that chart, now I want you to think about the chart as being like our chart of success, right? If you were ever worked in the business world, right, or you want to be the best you can be, right? You want to be that top, and that's eliminate line 11 is start top 10 up. So you want to be that top 10 company in all the world, right? You want to be in that category. You want to be the top 10 person that you can be. In school, you want to become the valedictorian, right? Or what's the other one? Yeah, whatever you said. All right, I can't. You want to be the best person you can be. But here's the thing. When you walk across that stage and they hand you that diploma, Is there any difference if you were the person that just graduated or the person that graduated with honors? You still got a piece of paper, right? And you graduated. That's the important part, is that you graduated. Yes, if you go to apply to school and your GPA, GPA? It's been a while since I've been, actually I'm in school now, but GPA, right? If it's, say, 2.0, that's not good, right? But if it's 4.0 or better, that means you're doing really well. And do students, businesses look at that grade point average? Maybe. Depends on where you're applying to. But if you're just trying to go work at a car wash, or you're trying to just get an entry-level job at, say, like McDonald's or Burger King or one of those places, right? As long as you show up for work, that's all that really matters. Well, let's change this chart to where you're at as being a Christian on your walk of faith. All right? If you are able to see perfectly clear on line 1, that means you are Jesus. If you're a Christian walk of faith is like line 1, where it's crystal clear and it's bold, and you're Jesus. Because you're not afraid to go up to somebody and attempt to heal them, try to fix them, try to do whatever it is, right? Without any fear whatsoever. Most of us here in this room are probably line 5, 6 on our walk of faith with God. Now we'll have those spike moments where we'll jump way up, and other moments where we fall off the chart. Correct? I mean, because what happens in our lives? Things that are catastrophic happen and we lose our faith. But sometimes those catastrophic things don't make us lose our faith, it makes us gain our faith a little bit stronger. So maybe you come in around 6 or so and something catastrophic happens and you recover from it and you're now all of a sudden moved up a line or 2. Because God has helped out and God has seen and open your eyes a little bit more. So when we focus on Christ and we focus on what God has happened in our lives, we grow a little bit stronger. We're able to say, thank you, Lord. In this passage that I read, let those of us who are mature think this way, and if anything you think otherwise, God will reveal that also to you. Only let us hold true to what we have attained. And you're saying, huh? And that took me a moment to read through this also. But let those of us who are mature, I think everybody in this room is, well, maybe a few of you aren't too mature, okay? I'm not going to point any fingers. But most of us, we can say we're mature, right? Meaning we're mature in our faith. Meaning we are not just like entry-level Christians or on the board of maybe being a Christian or not, but we are mature enough to know that who God really is. That God, Jesus Christ died on that cross for us, and Jesus and God are all in one, right? The 3 in 1. So we just need to know that the maturity level is us. But then we go, and it says, if anything you think otherwise, well, some of us may think otherwise, think, well, I'm God. Or look at my bank account. Look at my house. Look at my Walmart building full of cars, right? Look how many cars that I own. There's those people in this world that say, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then there's people in this world that do own a Walmart building full of cars and don't go say, look at me. Well, look what I've done. Look what I've done for God. Look what I've done for this person. Look what I've done for the good of humankind. God wants us to take that look at me and for us to refocus on who we really are. He wants us to say, instead of saying, well, look at me, well, look at what I've done. If you look over the life of this church, okay, 1994, right? As a church. And I know none of you here were there at the beginning, at that beginning, okay? Some of you have been here a long time since early days of this church. Or have known people that were here maybe at the beginning of time of this church. But this church has had one focus, and it's to make disciples of Jesus Christ. Shouldn't that be the focus of all churches? To make disciples of Jesus Christ? Some churches do it in a big, elaborate way, and they don't really have a building that they meet in. They meet at different places here and there, or maybe they have this coliseum that they meet in because they don't have enough room for all the people that show up. But the main focus should always be to make those disciples of Jesus Christ. No matter where you go, no matter who you're with, no matter, it doesn't matter. Because Jesus Christ, and we talked about this in Sunday school, Jesus Christ hung out with who while he was here on earth? Do you know? Did he hang out with the rich and mighty or the poor and weak? He basically hung out with the poor and weak. But he associated with the rich and mighty. Because he knows that people need to first love God. And if you first love God and you know that God is with you in all things, then you're able to get your life in focus. And you're able to say, all right, Lord, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thank you for providing me that 3-wheeled car. Maybe I can afford the 4th wheel someday. Because God wants us to be happy. He wants us to love him as much as he loves us. So, think about when you first became a Christian. Were you on the chart? Was your life, was your walk with Christ probably, the vision of Christ probably around 11 or maybe 12, maybe not even really on the chart. And if you ever had one of those moments in your life where you really loved God and you felt totally different and in your life spiked. We've all had those moments if you love God. But God never said it's going to be an easy walk here on earth, right? He never said that, we're going to have a bed of roses every day, right? But think about the roses. You try to get to those roses, you got all those thorns that are in the way. And all those thorns are all those ups and downs in lives. But Jesus is the final prize, which is that rose. Most beautiful thing, right? Because Jesus Christ loves us. He forgives us. We should refocus on him, refocus our lives, and just say, thank you, Lord. I praise you, Lord, for being that disciple of Christ, and for us being that disciple of Christ that you have called us to be. So this week, when you leave this place, take a moment every day and say, all right, Lord, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to try to stay focused with you. I'm going to try to stay focused on one thing. And give that one thing to God. No matter what it is. Maybe it's like, I really struggle on trying to pray every time we eat or we go somewhere. We go to a public place and I don't want to pray before people. Or maybe it's, I need to just be positive at work. Or, I need to do a little bit better at school. Or I need to keep my foot off the gas pedal and drive a little bit calmer. It could be anything, right? But when you give it to God, God will take care of it. So this week, just take a moment of your day and get a little refocused on Christ. Because Christ will help you. And Christ loves you.